So there's this pandemic going on. That's terrible if you're trying to plan things.
It was kind of fun though. It was very challenging. It was a good opportunity to learn how to have creative solutions to those kinds of problems.
It's the type of challenging that makes you grow as a filmmaker.
One other little thing that was a little bit of a challenge was due to the location requirements, we couldn't have more than 6 people, as evident, inside the building because of COVID. And so oftentimes I was sitting outside.
Or because of COVID, it was only allowed 6 people inside, and usually Ariel would be kicked out to outside. So he ended up building this entire like shack, and everyone it was just like a black bunker, so he could see the monitor, so he could focus. So it was just a funny thing to see.
I equate the pandemic to an awful executive producer. Every single decision we made, we had to consider COVID into that, like no matter what it was.
And so this was kind of the first experience that I had this semester where I was able to go back to set and collaborate with all these awesome filmmakers that we have at Biola.
It was just incredible to see everybody in their element, all working towards the story that we were trying to tell.
It was tough because, I'd have to pick up my walkie and be like, hey, I need a C-stand, over, and then I'd have to wait for somebody to grab stuff for me.
Such a small space that out of necessity, we naturally had to rig off the ceiling and do all these crazy kind of compact rigs.
There's just like such a laundry list of highlight moments.
The most fun was just showing up on set and just seeing the amazing spread of food and seeing everyone just having fun and hanging out with each other. And
the first class period when we broke off into departments and feeling the energy was such a cool moment.
seeing you work with the actors, particularly Leo and Autumn.
My experience on set was so fun. It was really good. Everyone was very kind and considerate and very professional.
It's been very, very fun.
Barbara, Manoa, and Carter are an incredibly talented trio.
Yeah, favorite memory on set. Let's see. I would say pranking Dean was one of the best memories.
I can't even open it.
Good one. Vibes were immaculate.
I actually had to make the food, so I ended up making cold cut sandwiches one day, I made tacos another day, and then I also made a whole tri-tip barbecue on the last day.
It was very exciting and I learned a lot being able to work with such a huge crew.
Work with this talented crew and cast as well, and it was amazing.
So it was really neat to kind of take a step back and kind of see what every department did and kind of like have a hand in everything that each department was doing.
It wasn't like a university project, it was like a real professional project.
You're doing your job as much as you can, and the person next to you is doing their job as best they can. And so that's kind of what was most rewarding, to know that regardless how the film comes out, like everybody is doing everything they can to, be the best at what they've been asked to do.
On set, what I saw for the most was love. Love for your job, love for the actors, love for the idea of what you were talking about, for the topic.
The way everyone served each other was so honoring.
More than that, relationships were established. People that normally wouldn't work together and got to know each other and will collaborate together in the future.
I can say that I have made new friends because of this class and because I had to shoot this film with them. And it was a genuine pleasure.
The most rewarding part of working on Healing has probably been the really lovely collaboration with everyone on set. It's been fantastic just getting to make Caitlin's vision a reality.
I can attribute the gentleness and the excellence of this film to her. The way that she handled the characters and the story in such a delicate way was incredible. I mean, you see it on paper in pre-production, you see it on set when we're shooting, and now we're seeing it in the film in post-production.
The idea for the story came from my own personal experience with struggling with the eating disorder and having to recover from that. I was surrounded by a lot of other girls who were also recovering when I was doing my treatment, and I was in support groups, and hearing their stories and becoming friends with them, I just felt like God was really laying it on my heart to just talk about it and write a script about it.
This is a delicate story treated in a delicate way.
I hope that they realize that the people in their lives really matter, and if they don't have a if they don't feel like they have a good support system now, to be able to find the right people to help them get through whatever they're going through.
And so the story can speak to a lot of broken people and allow people to know that they're not alone, and allow people to see a real struggle and the real triumph over their own image as well as eating disorders.
Because to some degree, this was kind of like me seeing God use all this pain for something beautiful and for his glory. And so there was a lot of like beauty in the mess.
I hope when they see this, they know if they're going through an eating disorder or anything, there's always someone there to comfort you.
There's just so much support around you in places you may not notice. Like for Autumn and Leo, for example, like Leo's this huge support for Autumn. And I just want people to know that like people want to help and you're not alone.
Health and healing is possible.
I'm proud of Biola for telling this story.
Just opening people's eyes to what really happens in recovery